The first thing I want to try and do as I'm doing this Trials is, first, I haven't played this map before, so I don't have any familiarity with how this map plays on Trials. A little bit on 6v6, but 6v6 is a lot more fluid. With Trials, it's really tight. You really have to know your lanes and your routes, and that's something I'm kind of remembering as I get back into it. So this first couple matches, I'm going to lose a lot, because it's really about just being in the right position for the engagement and knowing how to, knowing where your team's going to be standing and how to take advantage of that. So that's going to be extremely difficult to do right now. I don't even think I have the right loadout necessarily for this map. Probably need at least a 120 and maybe even like a pulse or scout rifle or something. There's me walking because I meant to slide. So this is just map awareness. So it looks like I totally suck at the game, and in fairness, I'm not amazing. But the biggest issue there is actually just map awareness. I don't know where to be, and I don't know where I'm going to be shot from. So like the biggest issue I think as a PvP player joining Trials is just getting understanding of like the map. You need to get map awareness down. And you're going to lose until you do. And just walking around the map, I'm not sure is great. You have to understand what players are doing, and that really requires you to get exposure to what players are doing, right? Sometimes you can follow other players and see kind of like where they're posting up, right? But also, I've consistently been on this side of the map, and I don't know if that's a disadvantage, right? I didn't even see that guy. Was he invisible? I didn't see him on my radar at all. I had no awareness that he was anywhere nearby. Again, a lot of it's map awareness. I'm so unaware of the vectors that they can come from on the map that I'm trying to like get my head around that. Maybe just going to go with teammate for right now. Normally you want to flank in Trials, but I think right now where I'm not too familiar with the map, like my best bet right now. Jeez. So trying to always slide across lanes, right? But the problem is I didn't understand that was a vulnerable lane vector, right? Because like, yeah, I think he's, so I need to double check and see if he's like void, you know. Invisibility just ruins the game, and it's just such a stupid mechanic. It's like you play someone who's invisible and you're gonna lose. And I need to not stand here. This is not working. So that middle lane right there is not working. So that's something I need to learn, right? Like try to learn and stuff's not working. So, right. There, we're starting to learn, right? We're starting to learn that, like, don't stand there. You know, don't that middle point. Every time I went in there, I died. And a lot of times, it's like it's not necessarily that you have less skill in terms of your ability to hit shots. Although I am struggling with that as I'm warming up here. The biggest issue is just where are you standing on the map? Like, if you can learn where to stand on the map, you can do like infinitely better. You know what I mean? And it's just about understanding where to be on the map. And then it's like another level up is like, okay, what do you do based off of where your teammates are at on the map? So if my teammates go left, do I go right? Do I go with them? You know, do I flank? Do I just say, okay, they went that way, we're fucked, and ride it off? You know what I mean? Like, and even then, I think if you're a good player, you're like, okay, they're going into the kill zone, they're going to die, but you're like, but I also know that the other team's going to like dive on them, and so because of that, maybe I can like pull out a grenade launcher and just, you know, just sit in the back and wait for it to happen, you know, and then try and pick out, hopefully get 1 or 2 kills out of it so that maybe it's a 1v2 or a 1v1 and I can still close it out, right? So there's even there, it's like just understanding what your teammates are doing and how to best support them, right? If they're going to die, is there any way you can profit from their death, right? And not that I'm necessarily going to be skilled enough to take advantage of that, but that is kind of, I think, where you want to be going. And it really just comes down to where to be on the map. And then a layer on top of that is like, okay, now in relation to my teammates, where to be on the map. I think you should start with where to be on the map. Like, where do you not die? You know what I mean? Where do you have the least likelihood to die? Finding those weak vectors. We're going to go teammates here again. And this is going to be hard, but I'm not going to stand over there. We're going to come over here to this side. This works a little bit better, but expect to... Yep, so that's where they are. I think a lot of times when I've been looking for them, it's been... where's teammate? We can res him. All right, so right here, too, I don't... So the point is like... Where's the point? It's over here, actually. So we won this... So this is the point, too, and that helps. But a lot of times up on these spots over there, maybe where they are, because they also don't want to go down in the middle, I think, generally. So when I'm going down in the middle hunting for them, they're not going down there because that's the kill zone. And I'm going down there because I'm hunting for them into the kill zone, right? So that was my first round 1 that I've been playing. And it just, the only thing that changed there between that and the other matches was not doing what I'm doing right now, which is just not paying attention, was knowing where to stand. And now I'm on the left. He's over there, but slide to search, right? Slide to search, grab Gooden. Now, it's also possible that I've gotten pitched against like some lower skill team, but honestly, again, the teams we were fighting on the last round weren't really that good from what I can tell. I think the biggest issue is just not knowing where to stand. So doing a lot better here, and the only thing that's changed is that I'm not going to run down that middle lane, right? I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna peek this side. I mean, you have to understand there's going to be a sniper there. I think you're okay to peek it, though. You just got to peek it under a high velocity. You shouldn't have more special, right? That's the thing I'm still getting used to is, like, his teammates over here. We got to... I don't know. Let me reload. All right, that should not have worked. You know what I mean? Like, that should not have worked. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it looked like we clutched up a little bit, but you saw how wildly I was swinging that gun. That should not have worked. Okay, don't go down that side. The thing is on the other side, though, so I shouldn't really be over here. So we're going to slide across and just kind of bait. I don't know where to stand on this side yet, and that's part of the problems. I haven't found out where to stand on that side. All right, got him. Teammates are maybe better here. That may be part of it, too. It's not necessarily the enemy team, but the teammates know how to, like, collapse in. Like, if I'm getting a hit, the teammates are able to finish it for me. So... that's working. And again, biggest thing here, the only thing that's different, I'm running out of like things to say, you know, but the biggest thing is don't do what I'm doing right now. What side? It's in the middle, but still don't do this. Like, this is not where we want to be. I'm going to slide across and probably die here. All right, I thought he was chasing me. I thought he was closer. Where is he? Where is he? This is not the place to be. Where is he? Oh, okay. I accept your victory. Accept it. Okay, that's it. That's it. Gonna play a few more, but that's all the only point I wanted to make here today is that, like, you need to really understand where to stand on the map. As you can see at that last round, I was still standing in a lot of the wrong places, you know? But understand where you want to stand on the map immediately. Like, we won a match, right? And yes, teammates were better. Yes, the enemy team was maybe not quite as good as the last round, but at the end of the day, the biggest change that made me look from made me stop looking like just like a doofus like spinning around in a circle versus like looking like maybe I've played the game once or twice before was just knowing where to stand on the map. Like, this is the biggest thing that I've learned for Trials, right? So this first couple matches, I'm going to lose again. We're going to lose a lot more matches, but I'm just trying to get a feel for the map. I still don't know really where to go on the left side of the map. And this is still like A-level, right? Like, once we start winning matches just because we know where to start the engagement, then we have to worry about, okay, we're going to immediately start getting pitched against higher level players. And then you're going to have to start figuring out, okay, you know what I mean? Like, now how can I like, or not carry, and that's probably not the right word. How can I complement my team, right? Because, you know, I would normally go here, but they're going here. So now we can't push or something. This was kind of cool when I first logged in, but when you're trying to do like dialogue and you got the drifter speaking, it's kind of not, I don't love it. Anyway,